Hello there and welcome to the Shooting Show. My name's Chris Castle and it's a pleasure to be joining you on the Shooting Show. We'll be bringing you loads of videos of all types of shooting throughout the next few weeks and months every Monday, so make sure you're here to watch. This week we join Mark Ripley as he heads off for the elusive wild boar in Hungary. Hello there, my name's Chris Castle and welcome to the Shooting Show. Today we're in Aberdeen and we're here with Milton Ferguson and hopefully we're going to shoot some duck tonight. Milton, what kind of thing's going to happen tonight here at the pond? What are you expecting to happen?
Well, the plan is that we sit here, we'll wait until the sun goes down. I'm expecting around about 10 to 7. We'll start to see some action and we'll have some mallard coming up in and over the lip of the sill there. Hopefully you'll knock out a good few of them and then we'll move on. Well, as time moves on, I think the teal should start to come in, and we'll get some teal as well, hopefully.
Perfect. And has it been like good this year for yourself with the ducks coming in? I mean,
well, just getting going just now, but yeah, well, this will be the first time we shoot this pond, so this is the first time it's been shot. But yeah, the other ones have worked quite well. The weather's not the best. We're next to no wind. There's little cloud cover, so they may be later, the ducks, but the problem will be whether you guys can see them or not.
Okay.
Normally, if there's a bit of cloud cover, they're easier to spot, but if there's no cloud cover, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you.
All right, well, fingers crossed we see some duck and get some good shooting in.
You had 3 shots at only at once. I redeemed myself there. My 2 pigeons plus grind.
We're hoping to shoot a variety of duck, mainly widgeon, teal and mallard. So hopefully they're going to come in and they're going to, present themselves nicely so we can get a few shots and hopefully end up with a real good bag. Luke here and Sean are also going to have a go, so fingers crossed we can all shoot fairly straight and end up with good numbers.
So it should be quite interesting. It's a very small pond, but it works quite well, and if it is as years gone by, what we should see around about probably 10 to 7 there'll start to be a bit of activity, maybe 7 o'clock at least, but I think about 10 to 7, and the first thing that should come in should be mallard, and we should get a few mallard coming in, and then what tends to normally happen at this pond is the mallard come in first and then they're followed by the teal and widgeon. It'll depend. I think the trouble is when there's not much wind, they tend to come in bigger lots, and you get 2 or 3 goes and time to stop. The teal might keep the game going. If you see ducks here tonight, they're coming here because they're coming into this area of water. So the important thing is that you don't just snap a quick shot off when a duck goes over your head. Let them come in. If they're coming past, let them overshoot because they'll come back round and they'll come in again. I suspect they've not been shot this year yet, so they'll come straight up, they'll come up low, and they'll come up over this lip here and they'll just drop straight into this area of water. If they do that, don't worry about it because I'll be on the other side there and I'll make a noise to get them to the left and then you'll get them as they come off. Okay? But I'll put 1, 2, 3 of you there and I'll float around at the bottom there or at that far side there, okay?
The gun that I'm going to be using today is a Beretta semi-auto, an AL39 Eureka. It's actually quite an old model, one that my father actually gave me, so he's shot many geese with this up in Scotland himself, so fingers crossed I do him proud tonight with this and we shoot some duck and some birds. It's a semi-automatic. We use one of them just because you can put big shells through it and it takes the recoil out, and it's not so punishing on the shoulder. And also, if you're sitting down, they're quite easy to load rather than having an over and under or a side by side, which can be quite, you know, uncomfortable. So today we're just using a 30 gram 5 for these ducks because we're not too far away from them, we're pretty close. This is a Ely cartridge, an Ely Grand Prix, 30 gram 5, so hopefully these do the job. I have got something slightly bigger in my pocket just in case a couple of geese come in. We've got some RC mini mags and they are a 40 gram 4. So just in case we get something slightly bigger come in, we've got all the right ammunition to, fingers crossed, do the job. So apart from that, that's what shells we're using today, and let's hope they do the job.
So we're going to use a combination of lead shot and steel shot. So if you're shooting over land, over the fields and the ground roundabout, you're okay to use lead in that, but if you're shooting over the water course itself, then you'll have to use steel. So it'll be a combination of lead and steel.
Okay, no problem. And just out of interest, what is your thoughts on steel compared to lead, i.e. in terms of killing power?
Catastrophic, it's a disaster.
Really?
Yeah, not good at all.
So you would say definitely stick with lead rather than the steel?
Well, I would say stick to the law, and you've got to stick within the parameters of the law. So yeah, that's what you have to do. But if you can use lead, then use lead. Steel's an absolute disaster. It hasn't got the kill power that the lead shot has. Steel hasn't got the ability to drop and kill like lead has, and a lot of the birds that are shot with steel tend to be wounded, and they tend to go a lot further before they do drop.
So Sean, what brings you here to Scotland really? I know you've kind of started your shooting career quite a while ago and you've shot all over the place, but I mean, why Aberdeen? Do you like it here? I mean, what's it to you?
Well, the topography in Scotland is just beautiful. I mean, it's so varied, and you also get a really good variety of game. And every time you come, the weather is different. So
well, luckily you're in waterproofs.
That's no surprise. But no, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's one of my favourite places to come shooting.
There has to be a conservation aspect to everything. So although yes, we're coming out to hunt ducks, but what are we doing? Well, we're harvesting, definitely a sustainable, but an important source of clean meat, which is an alternative to the farmed meat that's available in supermarkets today. When it comes to hunting, conservation is the key, and sustainability, and it's got to work hand in hand with communities and nature.
So this is the part where it's all a bit of a waiting game now, where it is getting colder and I am cold because we're not actually doing anything. But fingers crossed, it won't be long now. I reckon we've got another 20 minutes until the action starts. Sean has actually frozen to a statue, but fingers crossed we'll get him moving in a minute and the duck come in. So we're just waiting for the duck, and that is it. So hopefully we'll warm up by then. Things are about to heat up. We've had our first few duck just come in. They were a little bit too low, and then they went out the wrong way, so we're hoping. Get one, Sean?
Yeah.
Good. It's two. down. He's down. Good. So it's the morning after the duck flight last night and we were quite successful. We managed to get ourselves some teal and snipe and some mallard. So that was awesome, and fingers crossed we get another good night like that tonight. But anyway, thank you very much for watching the shooting show. Make sure you subscribe to Basque and our YouTube channel.
Our flight arrived at Budapest Airport on a damp October evening, followed by a 2-hour drive to the hotel close to the Slovakian border, and we're all in need of a good night's sleep. So, first morning in Hungary, and as you can see, Sabby has sorted us out some lovely accommodation. So I'm just going to go and have a bit of breakfast with the boys, and then we're off to the range to go and see our rifles in.
Yeah, I used to work in Iceland. It's fucking nuts. Everything's geothermal. So I'll bet.
The Hungarian countryside looks a lot like parts of England, yet every forest edge seems to have a high seat and clear view. Our good friend and hunting guide, Sabby, took us to a public shooting range, which was free for anyone to use, so we could zero our rifles ready for the evening's hunt.
It's a couple of outgoing.
We were using several rifles from Sabby's collection, but we'd all brought with us our own scopes and thermal spotters.
That hit the foil, so...
Hit the foil?
Yeah. I think what happens is...
I saw him turn up and I thought, he don't know I'm here. Pressure coming off that. Made you jump in. It did. I'd love you to shoot. If you were that good, go straight through the...
Yeah, yeah.
You got it there. You got it there, so... Where's your... How many cards?
We had a selection of heavy calibers to choose from, but my eye was caught by a nice little Seiko S20 in 6.5, and fitted with the Alpex scope would make the perfect little combination.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Are they harnessing the volt?
With rifles zeroed, we grabbed some lunch back at the hotel before heading out to meet up with some of Sabby's friends before heading off to different high seas. We drove deep into the forest and were dropped off at our designated seats. Okay, so here we are at the high seat. That's a proper decent high seat as well, a bit better than mine. It looks a good spot, good view all around. Nice big open field. I wish I had the 260 with me, but apparently if I see anything a bit further out I can stalk out to it. So let's get up in that fox box and see what we can find. Certainly a good high seat, this one, so gives a nice view. It's pretty high, I guess I'm probably 25-30 foot up. And to be honest, it's like every direction looks pretty good. Don't know which way to look. There's certainly no shortage of red deer and roe deer in Hungary, and soon after dark, a red hind and her calf ventured from the woods, soon followed by a few others. With no boar putting in an appearance on the first evening, we headed out again the next evening to different high seats. Thankfully, the misty rain from the previous evening had lifted and it looked like conditions would be perfect. Again, we split up and headed off to different high seats to shoot on both sides of the Slovakian border. Right, so I didn't see any boar yesterday, but we're in a different high seat today, and this time it's all quite close proximity. There's a feed area in front of me, which is about 50 metres in front. So I need to be very, very quiet. So I'm going to turn the camera off now and just keep waiting and see what we can see, because apparently the boar come through here quite early on. So I've just seen a few roe deer come out onto the feed there, and they hung around for a little bit and then they've moved off. I don't know whether they picked up my scent or what, but yeah, there's just 3 does and they've gone off to the right. So this little I call it a high seat. It's not a high seat, it's like a little shed on the ground. But it's unusual because rather than looking down on your target, here I'm looking up a bank to the feed site with a bank behind me as well. And apparently, so that they told me I can either shoot up or back up the bank behind as well. Must have been about 6 pigs just came in there, and I was able to, I shot one side on, but I actually got 2 there with one shot. They both come rolling down the bank there. So that was my little hide, a bit primitive, but it did the job. Big one. Oh, probably about the same size. Naturally, in true Hungarian style, the successful evening was celebrated with plenty of homemade fruit brandy.
If you aren't a member of Basque, it's time to join now. Basque, looking after your sport, looking after you.
A great outing there from Mark, and hopefully we'll have more action from him coming up in the next few weeks. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today on the shooting show, but we'll be back next Monday with more videos, and make sure you subscribe, and if you aren't a member of BASC, you should be. They're there to protect your sport and mine. Thanks for watching.